Good morning. Hey now, PSW staff, clients, friends, joining us for a Wednesday. Okay, yeah, we're doing musicals, I guess. I guess I'm kind of into a musical little thing. Which is fine. I mean, we looked at Jesus Christ Superstar, we looked at Calamity Jane, we've looked at several others, but those are just recently in the rotation. And here's another kind of fun one. I mean, some of these, the stories and plots are a little silly. And if it weren't for the great songs, I know great is subjective, then we probably wouldn't be talking about these things. Although the acting, the performances are really good, but the songs in this are so much fun. Now, I don't condone cursing in my classroom, but we will for this. Today we're going to be looking at the musical Damn Yankees.
Is Washington winning, dear?
No, those damn Yankees.
Guess damn's not that bad of a word, but I'm kidding. Damn Yankees. It was what Lola wants in the United Kingdom because they didn't want damn on the poster. We're going to be looking at the 1958 musical film. It was on Broadway. It was written in 1955 on Broadway in 55. Ran for about over 1,000 performances. Written by Douglas Wallop, his book, and the 58 musical sports, romantic comedy was directed by George Abbott, producer and director, and Stanley Donen, who just died a few years ago, and he co-directed Singing in the Rain and with Gene Kelly and On the Town. So we got some, big heavy hitters. And then doesn't hurt to have choreography by Bob Fosse. This is his second big thing that he did, and he makes an appearance in this that we'll take a look at later. Of course, we know jazz hands, and we did a whole class on Bob Fosse. So when it came out on Broadway, it was nominated for 10 Tony Awards. It won 8: Best Musical, Best Actress for Gwen Verdon. Fosse came onto the Broadway scene with Pajama Game, which was a year prior, so 1954. And then the next year, Damn Yankees in 55. So the story is interesting. It's from the Faust, the German legend Faust. So I thought Goethe invented Faust, but Faust had been going on for a long time. It's the old story of trading a trade with the devil. Of I'd give anything for this, and the devil comes along and says, "Okay, I'll give you this, but in exchange you have to sell me your life at the end." It's that dilemma. So and that goes back to the 16th century, based on the historical Johann Faust. So what does this have to do with baseball? Because it's a movie about baseball.
Strike 3, ball 4, walk around, I'll tie the score. You're blind, you must be out of your mind.
6 months out of every year, I might as well be made of stone. 6 months out of every year when I'm with him, I'm alone. 6 months out of every year when I cook for them, it never pays. Instead of praising my goulashes, I'm praising the plays of Willie Mays.
He's out, he's out, he's out. Strike 3,
ball 4,
out around, I'll tie the score.
I might as well be wearing
Yankees
praise.
win again today.
Why,
Those damn Yankees,
just another war for which I sigh.
He's out, he's out.
No,
You're
it's
blind up, you must be out of your mind. April, May, June, July, August,
Man.
September.
April, May, June, July, August,
Fly.
September.
6 months out of there. You're blind up, you must be out of your mind.
The main guy, Joe, he's a diehard Washington Senators fan, and they keep losing, and he wants them to beat the Yankees. That's why he calls them Damn Yankees. And as we're seeing in the movie, the film opens with him saying, I would do anything. So out comes Ray Walston, known for, My Favorite Martian, and of course my favorite, Mr. Hand in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. His name is Applegate, and he's the devil incarnate, and he offers Joe a deal to say, I'll make you young again, and I'll make you the best baseball player in exchange for your soul. So Joe agrees to this, and the escape clause is that you can back out at any time before the last game of the season. But then afterwards, if you don't back out, your soul belongs to me forever. So that's the dilemma here. So that's the Faust. That's the trade. So that's kind of it. Let's go over to let's leave France. Let's go over to the production and see what's going on, and let's go to South LA. Why South LA? Well, the Wrigley Field was a huge baseball field until it was taken down in the late 60s. You see the baseball field now. That's not the exact one, but now it's a park. But they filmed all of the scenes, all the baseball scenes in this park in South LA. So if the movie comes out in 58, I like to look at what else goes on. I mean, the last one in the 50s that we looked at was Calamity Jane, but that was 1953. 5 years earlier, if my math's correct. In 58, what's happening in the world? My Fair Lady opens in London. My Fair Lady we haven't talked about, but one of the most famous musicals. Maybe we'll do a class on that. That opens in London in 1958 with Rex Harrison and Julie Andrews, with the Eliza Doolittle character. Movies, Vertigo comes out this year. We did a whole class on Vertigo. Other musicals come out too. Gigi. I do want to do a class on Gigi at some point. And then South Pacific, another musical. So musicals are big in the 50s. Pop music wise, have the Beatles come out yet? No, they're practicing though. They're getting ready to make an explosion in a few years. Here it's still early rock and roll. Elvis, and then crooners like Sinatra and Dean Martin. And then Whammo introduces the hula hoop. Yeah, the hula hoop was in 1958. It sold 100 million. Good deal. So the composers for this were Richard Adler and Jerry Ross. They did a lot of music, but mostly they're known for the Pajama Game, which I mentioned earlier a year before, and this. I mean, Pajama Game has some really good songs. Probably Hey There is maybe the best song from it. Of course, I'm being subjective, but and then this musical. This musical has so many great songs. I mean, let's listen to Heart and tell me how much fun this is.
A great slugger we haven't got.
A great pitcher we haven't got.
A great ball club we haven't got.
What do we got?
We've got heart. All you really need is heart. When the odds are saying you'll never win, that's when the grin should start.
Now you're getting the idea.
We've got hope. We don't sit around and mope. Not a solitary sod do we heave, mister, 'cause we've got hope.
Boys, I'm
Such a fun song, of course. The line that always got to me, and this is what we talk about, and this is kind of our thesis throughout all these classes, is that you gotta have heart, right? So, and the line in it says, "Oh, it's fine to be a genius, of course, but keep that old horse before the cart, because you need heart." And we talk about, we've talked about brilliant geniuses before, composers and filmmakers, people that are. That's great if you're a genius, but if you don't have any heart, who cares, right? So it's fine to be a genius, of course, but you got to make sure you have heart first. Some of these people that we talk, and again, I'm being subjective. The heart is, but if there's not emotion, feeling, with music, we talked about melody. Yesterday we talked about Mio, and Mio telling Burt Bacharach there's nothing wrong with being memorable, so a lot of this, what we talk about in art is having heart, and it's fine to be artistic and creative and way out there. But usually if it lacks, if it's devoid of any heart or emotion, it leaves us feeling cold sometimes. Uncomfortable is a different kind of feeling. Uncomfortable is a good feeling with art. I mean, at least I think. But if it's devoid totally of heart, you can still appreciate it, but don't know. Now, too much heart could be too sappy. So, but I don't know. I always loved that line. another really famous one is Whatever Lola Wants. You've probably heard this song.
Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. And little man, little Lola wants you. Make up your mind to have no regrets. Recline yourself, resign yourself, you're through. I always get what I aim for, and your heart and soul is what I came for.
Kind of got like a mambo rumba feel, huh? That's the interesting part about musical theater music, is that they're taken from different genres of stuff. I mean, it's not classical music. It's a little bit of jazz music. It's a little bit, but it's kind of fun, melodic, singable music. So musical theater has its own genre of music where, there's elements of jazz and classical. And Bernstein did that really well with West Side Story. A lot of classical influence in that. A lot of Stravinsky rhythms, but a lot of singable songs. And then Who's Got the Pain is a super cute number, which you've probably seen, and that's the famous Bob Fosse with his soon-to-be wife, Gwen Verdon.
Who's got the pain when they do the mambo? Who's got the pain when they go up? Who's got the pain when they do the mambo? I don't know who. Do you? Who needs a pill when they do the mambo? Who needs a pill when they go up? Who needs a pill when they do the mambo? I don't know who. Do you? Someone must be sick with the heat, or stepping on everyone's feet. But if everyone's feeling okay, why don't they just say Olay when the music carries them?
So Gwen Verdon in this is the devil's assistant. She's kind of sent by because Joe is excited to be this baseball player. But he misses his wife. So he starts visiting her throughout the movie, and he starts kind of veering off but the devil needs him to stay the course. So he sends Lola in to distract him, to get him back on the course, so the devil will win in the end. Of course, the devil doesn't win in the end because this is musicals, and Joe goes back to his wife. But and the young Joe, of course, is Tab Hunter, the American actor and heartthrob, big actor. Gwen Verdon, though, as Lola, is just so great. She won 4 Tony Awards for musical comedy performances, and she was kind of uncredited because she helped Fosse a lot. I mean, their collaboration together was so great, and I mean, their dancing together was just iconic. So that's just a little bit of fun, a little bit of Damn Yankee fun, and hope you enjoyed it. Just wanted to share some songs and stuff that I thought were kind of fun about it and some history about it. So that's it. Tomorrow we're going to go back to LA. Well, I guess we were in LA, so we'll go a few miles into downtown tomorrow. Okay, miss you and love you, and see you tomorrow. Bye.